It is the RIOT. I've sat across from Nikki for hours, and she hasn't even mentioned my new outfit.
What do you mean? Oh, you have a new shirt? Hawkins Middle School.
AV Club.
AV Club?
Yeah.
So Stranger Things?
Yep.
Even though you've not, as we cover in this podcast, finished season 3?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. But the shirt's pretty cool.
I know. I bought the shirt.
I got the shirt. I haven't watched the movie.
So Obadiah is back from vacation.
Yeah, the podcast is mostly Nikki and I just catching each other up on everything that's happened over the last week.
And you guys get to listen, so hopefully you enjoy.
So we talk about the most uncomfortable seats imaginable, all the food Nikki ate, the things she bought. Krispy Kreme has to make your own donuts, mosquitoes, the murder room, the Mr. Rogers trailer.
Oh, no.
And I give you an update on my digital hoarding and how it affected my vacation.
Which is where you'll learn about the hasn't watched Stranger Things 3 the rest of the season yet, despite a long time on vacation.
And Nikki's chicken problem.
Okay. A lot of good stuff.
So much good stuff.
I feel like this is really some keepers.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. No doubt.
And you'll also hear us mention the RadioU Christmas in July channel has launched. Normally, if you're just a podcast listener, you can check out more by going to RadioU.com. While you're there, Obie and I host a Christmas channel, so you can hear RadioU Christmas music in July. That'll be up through the end of the month, and that's free to listen to anytime you want to check it out. So enjoy.
So I guess that's all.
Glad you're back.
You know what? Me too.
Good to be back.
It's good to be here. It's good to be with you all today.
Actually, well, when Obie was gone, I always think it's like, my gosh, you miss talking to someone for 3 hours about the weirdest stuff, don't you?
It is our whole morning. Every morning, coffee and weird talk.
And then when we don't have it, it just bottles up. And you got to get it out.
We had to get it out. So you guys enjoy the podcast, and we'll see you later. Bye.
They even make morning people want to reach for the snooze button. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
The most asked question of July of 2019 to Radio U is...
I love how it's not just to the Radio U main inbox.
Oh, no. Personally.
Personal. Lots of personal asks. Lots of personal messages. Hey,
pleading,
hey.
wondering if they just missed it.
Hey, is there something wrong with the app?
Where is the Christmas
Hello?
in July channel from Radio U?
Where's the Christmas in July, guys?
Well, don't fear, because the Radio U Christmas in July channel is now available.
Boom, we just surprise launched it on you.
So you have until the end of the month to check out Radio U Christmas songs with a special Christmas in July channel that Obie and I hosted for you. And that's up if you go to RadioU.com. It is on our Radio U app, and it's on our Radio U Roku channel, again, through the end of this month. So not too long with it.
There it is right there. There's Listen Live, and right underneath it in green, Christmas.
Look for the green.
Look for the green, guys.
So you're welcome, and now everybody can stop asking, right?
Speaking of going green. So, hey, speaking of Christmas,
yeah,
what are you doing?
What do you mean?
What are you doing?
That could be a bunch of things while you've been gone. That could be a bunch of things.
What are you doing? I felt like when Nikki, I follow her on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everything, and I feel like Nikki has become the Instagram queen. First off, it is a non-stop barrage.
I know. I don't know what it is.
What are you doing?
I don't know. I've had a lot of things going on.
What are you doing? Should we talk about it now, or do we make you guys wait a couple minutes?
Well, you can take your pick. What do you want to talk about? The two big ones? Or?
No, tell me the small ones, and then I got big ones.
Well, I went and tried a lot of food.
What? I know. I looked at, I kept... And even yesterday, she posts on our RIOT Facebook page, hey, did I miss anything while Obadiah was gone?
I just had to go out and do it because we weren't doing it.
For the show.
For the show's sake.
Strawberry Frosty.
Well, I had a Strawberry Frosty, which everybody's dying about.
Because it's only available in Columbus, right?
No, it's only at the one near their headquarters.
Yeah, it's that one.
It is the one.
There is one place in all of the world.
So the Strawberry Frosty is delicious. And I don't even like strawberry. It's really good.
Frosties.
I know, but it's really good. I had the Szechuan hot chicken from Panda Express.
So you and Panda are back on.
Well, we had to see each other I just wanted to try it.
They opened another location.
And then I had the KFC Cheeto sandwich.
Okay.
I had that. And I think that's it. People tried to remind us.
There's a fourth option in there. What was it?
Did I? No, I just had 2 Cheeto pictures.
Okay.
They had the little poppers. Then they had the sandwich. By the way, KFC, like the sandwich is amazing.
Really?
But whoever puts it together could care less. It was just a big mess.
Wait, are you telling me
the quality?
The guy working in the back?
No, the little poppers are like the little chicken nugget things.
Yeah.
And it has the Cheeto sauce on it. And like it was just...
Okay,
splattered on it.
That's what I want. Like, I don't want this. I'm ready to skip the sandwich and go to the popper.
No, I think you need to try the sandwich.
Oh, okay.
But
that much better?
Like, they could have added a couple more Cheetos. Like, you bring your own bag. Just top it on there. So it just needs a little something. But it's good.
Did you leave anything for me to taste test at all?
We need to try the Burger King tacos.
So you left the worst option.
Well, we just weren't doing the other stuff.
Dude.
And you've been gone.
Let me tell you.
You've been on vacation.
After my red-eye flight yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday? No, Sunday morning. I get into Columbus. I was supposed to get in at like 7 a.m. I got in at noon. And I was like, I'm just getting a burger. Like, screw it. I don't want whatever I'm getting a burger. So I walk all the way down to the Burger King. There are 2 people working at the Burger King.
Uh-oh.
No one's cooking.
No.
Like, nothing. Like, they don't
Are
have...
they not open?
Oh, they've got like 2 or 3 people that have ordered and are standing there. And then there are the 2 people at the counter. And I got in line and I'm just watching and I'm just like,
this is not what you're wanting to do.
There's no cooking happening here.
There's no good.
I just want you to know that however bad your KFC experience is,
sure,
there are worse experiences to be had at Burger King.
And I knew you got to be thankful. You have to be thankful you got anything. And the people working there were very nice. But it was just the content that they were spitting out was just maybe not the best.
Man, be mean to me and give me an amazing sandwich.
Surprise us, why don't you?
The Riot. Just because it's bad doesn't mean it's not good. Wait, isn't that exactly what it means? It's The Riot on Radio U.
I go on vacation. Nikki goes crazy.
Obadiah is back from Oregon. The Radio U Christmas in July channel has launched.
It has.
It's a really good day.
Yeah, it's all blah, 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 whatever. Don't try to take away from
it was a bit of a surprise. I wasn't expecting to do that.
Nikki, she was like 2 for 1.
No, I
excuse me, 2 for the price of 2.
I have Rolo is my dog. I have one dog, and then I have a cat, Panda. Mm-hmm. And we've been thinking for a while about getting another dog. So we went to, it was the weekend before. No, we went to go look at dogs.
Where do you go do that?
This was someone who's had a mommy and a daddy dog who loved each other very much.
Tell me more about where dogs come from, Nikki.
And so they had little doggy babies, and they wanted to find homes for those little doggy babies. And we came along, and there was 2 left. And I went to go look at the one, and then that left the last one. And they were sisters, and I couldn't separate them. So we got 2 puppies.
Well, they say if they come from the same litter, they actually get along a lot better.
Yeah, they've been, they help entertain each other, which has been quite nice. And if you have 1 puppy, what's the hard part about adding a second puppy?
Actually, it sounds twice as hard.
It is kind of. No, I mean, you're doing everything. You're following them. You're trying to potty train them and do all that stuff. So, why not 2?
Here's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Obadiah, the personal friend to Nikki. Good for you, Nikki.
Yay!
You deserve a couple of touchdowns.
Yay!
Obadiah, the co-host of the Riot.
I know, you're just like,
what the heck are you doing?
So I got 2 puppies. Their names are Cinnamon and Sugar. He rolls his eyes.
I couldn't even stop myself from rolling my eyes. It was an involuntary roll.
They're so cute. They are Golden Pyrenees, and they're great. They'll get like 100 pounds each, so they'll be pretty big dogs.
Okay. All right.
Lots of fluff.
Lots of. There's a lot of fluff in here. A lot of fluff.
They're very calm. They're just quite funny.
Now, do you pay more going private than you would at a pet store?
Oh, less.
Way less?
Shockingly less.
Okay.
Shockingly less.
Okay. Did you get a deal because you bought 2?
No, because it was so less. I could have bartered, but I was just like, this is such a great deal. I felt like the city folk person coming out to the country looking at the doggies, and they just saw me coming.
How far did you have to drive?
45 minutes.
That's not so bad.
Well, it was out there, though. It was there.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah, but they're so cute. So, yay.
That's true. Listen, if you guys want to get an update from Nikki every 5 minutes, just go ahead and follow her on Instagram because there's a puppy picture.
I put them on my stories mostly, though. I leave them there.
Oh, they're everywhere.
They are, but everything they do, it's just like a little photo shoot.
I'm sure it is.
It's disgusting. It's just bad.
You're right, it is.
When I walk them outside, people stop to just come and see them. They're so cute.
I totally believe it.
So
Nikki, if you... in your quest to win Instagram, she was like, I thought I'd get a puppy. Wait, I'll take 2.
I got 2 sister puppies, so it's a good game move, I guess. So if you want to follow at RadioU Nikki, you're more than welcome to. But yeah, I put them mostly on my stories because, like I said, everything they do, I take a picture of.
When I saw the picture, I spent a huge chunk of my vacation with no service, but at some point, wherever I got service, and I saw that, and I was like, oh, my gosh.
So now I have
it's like,
3 doggies.
Man, I can't leave. I just can't. As soon as I leave,
it's dangerous.
It all falls apart.
It's very dangerous.
It all falls apart.
But they're so cute. I'm glad I got them.
Wow. Not only are you already awake, but you're listening to The Riot? Your day is off to a pretty rough start. The Riot on Radio U.
So I'm back from Oregon, back from vacation, had a surprisingly good time there are a few exceptions. There's the murder room. I can tell you about that at some point.
The murder room?
I'll tell you, I found it.
Okay.
I found it.
Like an official one? Or?
Well, not. Are those ever official?
No, or do you just felt like it was?
I'll tell you about that later. But now let me tell you this. I have this thing where I think every web designer should be forced to use their own website. Every architect should be forced to work or live in the buildings and homes they design.
Am I learn something?
Yeah, and I think that whoever the jerk is that designed the new chairs that United has installed in their planes, they should be forced to fly.
Only
not in the middle of the day when you're rested and happy. At night, overnight, and take a red eye in that chair.
Well, what's their fly? Is it the real thin ones?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they look surprisingly, shockingly.
It's like a wafer.
Yeah, and you're like, where's the rest of the seat at?
I'm like, no, this is the seat. And, okay, I actually, believe it or not, I'm not the guy that's like, my bag. Most chairs I sit in them, I'm like, I'm fine. Whatever. I don't need a fancy chair. I don't need attention. Whatever. I'm fine. I sat down in that chair, and within 5 minutes, I was like, what?
What's wrong?
There's right in the middle of my back. What is the problem? And it was just like, that was the beginning of the epic. So I have this red-eye flight. It's supposed to last. I'm going into Chicago. It's supposed to be a 4-hour flight.
Yeah.
They come on and they're like, hey, guys, crazy tailwinds. We're going to be in Chicago in 3 hours. And I was like, well, that cuts my sleep a little bit. But
better.
That's better, right? Yeah. What sleep? We didn't have any of that. I didn't sleep almost at all.
Because the chairs were so painful? Or the crazy tailwinds?
No, I hurt all over. Then we get to Chicago, and they're like, hey, everybody, just want to let you know, we're going to Milwaukee.
Why are you going to Milwaukee?
Because Chicago was having a thunderstorm, and we didn't have enough fuel. So they divert us to Chicago, and the good news is, or Milwaukee, yeah. So the good news is we get to spend extra hours.
Oh, refueling?
In the chairs.
Did they let you off the plane, or did you have to wait?
They come on after we've been in there for 90 minutes. They were like, hey, guys, you've been in there for a long time, but we know those seats suck. So we're going to go ahead and let you deboard for a while.
Stretch your legs.
And then they come back and they're like, I'm sorry, we're just kidding. We're just going to hang out here for another hour.
Well, basically, they were probably going to have you circle in Chicago, and you didn't have enough fuel to do that, so they had to put you somewhere.
That's right. All I know is that I want a gift certificate for 3 to 4 months to a chiropractor and a masseuse to take care of the damage
to sit through.
What? Who designed that chair?
They
must weigh 90 pounds and be 5 feet tall.
They wanted them to have a smaller profile. So then what you think is so you can have more room, like leg room and space in between. But no, so they can get another row in.
So here's what happens. We finally land in Chicago. I will say kudos to United. They just went and delayed all the flights.
Oh, well, then you can make your other one.
I didn't have any trouble making my other flight. It was basically an immediate connection. I walked out of gate C4 and walked into C1, got onto a plane that was 100 years old.
But how are the seats?
And they hadn't updated the seats. And I was like, you know what? if you had sat me in this seat, I probably would have complained about it. But right now, this is a top-of-the-line leather recliner.
Because they didn't take all the stuffing out.
I sat down in that chair and fell asleep almost immediately.
Aww.
Almost immediately.
Well, that's too bad.
Who designs those chairs? Because I am sure you got a promotion, but what you deserve is an eternity in that chair.
You know that person got like $100,000 bonus because they got another row in the plane.
Probably more than that. They were so celebrated.
How's your back now, though? Is it pretty good?
I don't know. I can't feel it anymore, so it's fine.
Yay, so it's not a problem.
It's gone numb. I mean, I think I still have legs.
It's still on the plane.
If I focus, I can walk.
Obadiah and Nikki tried their hardest, and that's what really matters. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
Nikki, do you have something for me?
Yes, I do. I do have something for you. Hang on.
Not that Nikki went out and got because he'd been good.
No, I got you something.
Okay, look at this. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order.
No one expected you to say that that's what I had in my purse.
No.
They would have never guessed it if that's what we were playing.
Here it is, friends.
Are you going to do an Obadiah Plays today?
I'm doing an Obadiah Plays today.
Yay.
I don't know exactly what time it'll happen. Probably around 3 p.m. Eastern. You can find it on our Facebook page, which will be facebook.com/RadioU and RadioU Riot. I have pretended not to be interested in this.
You're going to love it.
And then Eric messaged me and he's like, hey, I got it. And I started watching videos of it and I was like, oh. Daggone it. Daggone it.
I think you'll get into it.
I think I probably will too. It looks so good. Like, so good. I'm excited about it.
It's one of those games where I think it was, when did he get it? He got it on Friday.
Yeah.
And it was either Friday night or Saturday night. He played really, really late. And I remember the next day, he's like, gosh, he was so tired. And I go, do you realize you played till like, I think it was 1 or 2 in the morning. And he's like, nuh-uh. It's like, yes, you did. So it's one of those games you can really lose time with.
Okay. Well, I think what I'm going to do, I borrowed Eric's for the thing today, and I told him I would return it tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, you're fine.
So I have to stream today. There's a deadline. The man needs his game back.
It's not like, because sometimes if you played the game through, then you don't mind letting someone borrow it.
It's no
but
big
you're
deal.
borrowing in the heat of the game.
Yeah, right in the middle of it. So it's very big of him, not being sarcastic, to loan it out for a day.
So for Obadiah Plays, that is your chance to check out around 3-ish today, Eastern time.
3
if
Eastern,
you
noon Pacific.
Get prepared by going to RadioU or RadioU Riot on Facebook. You can watch as Obi Plays. What is the name of it again?
It's Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order. It is currently a Switch exclusive, and it needs to come out on everything else. Okay? Like, come on.
But will it be good enough for you to just still buy it for the Switch?
I feel like I get this feeling that tomorrow after the Obadiah Plays, I'm going to be digging through games like, do I have anything I can trade?
In, yeah.
Do I have anything here I can trade? Come on.
Zach, thanks for texting. You guys can too. 8772 RadioU says, Obi back? So glad. Yes, Obi's back from vacation.
Oh, and News Nick says that he ordered a copy and it is, and I quote, traversing the country to him right now.
Coming to him.
Man, now we're all going to be Marvel buddies.
Yay!
The only morning show brave enough to say that Chicken McNuggets are part of a balanced breakfast. The Riot on Radio U.
Krispy Kreme, they say, is on the downslide, Nikki.
You think so still?
It is not the powerhouse that it once was. I still challenge you to go over there and eat a donut, and it's like, you know what, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's not bad, especially the cream-filled ones that they have now.
That was a good donut.
Haven't gone back and had a repeat of it, but...
Oh, no,
they were good.
To me, I always think I should go to Krispy Kreme, and then something inside me goes, listen, we're not allowed to just go to the donut shop.
It's got to be a work thing. But I feel like Krispy Kreme has a tougher time because now we have a ton of... Is it like a boutique donut shop?
Yeah.
Or how else would you phrase it to where you go in, they put their own toppings on, you pick your own things. It's an interactive experience. Like you get to choose more what you want. It's made right then and there.
Oh my gosh, I feel like I just wandered into a marketing meeting. You know what people want today is choice.
They want that.
All right? They want to be in control of their donut.
That's how it is.
When you're telling them the donuts they can choose from, you're not connecting with a young audience that's used to deciding what they want and when they want it. which is why Krispy Kreme has decided they're going to do some revamping to their stores.
There's just more competition, and it seems like this is a direct correlation to that competition for some of those boutique type of shops.
Absolutely. So they are going to be revamping their in-store experience and their app. And so I believe you'll still be able to get their regular donuts.
Yeah, that's not changing.
Yeah, but you'll also be able to do a make-your-own donut. So first you'll pick the donut. Then you'll pick the glaze. Vanilla, double chocolate, salty caramel, classic strawberry, and Oreo cookies and cream.
That's the next step.
And you can have some topped with whipped cream. And, oh, wait a minute. I'm looking at their shake flavors. My bad. But there are 5 different glazes. 10 toppings and 5 drizzles.
So think of it like a donut bar that you walk on up to, and then you place your order and you get to customize it, and that's what you're getting. They think that that's what we want more of.
And if I didn't mention it, you'll also be able to use their app to place that order in advance. So let's say you want a custom donut, but you want it when you want it.
That's like all the phrases.
All right, you're busy.
You're
don't
on
have
the go.
time.
You're a professional.
And so you go ahead and place your order and get Instagram ready with hashtag.
Yeah, you're totally ready with it.
And you know what? We'll go ahead. You can take a picture of it in the app. None of this is real, but it should be. Take a picture of it in the app, and we'll take care of that hashtag for you.
See, as
cut some emojis.
You know, we're their target. They're trying to really get us to go and eat the donuts. But for me, I don't mind the boutique style ones. But then if you've ever had what's the exact opposite. And so in our area, if you go in the outer areas, there's like this thing called like an Amish sort of donut. Oh. Now, I want to tell you, they use all the things we are told not to eat anymore. They fill it with
real
cream.
Butter, real cream.
Real cream. And they like put all the stuff. It's just...
It's way better.
I'd rather have that.
Me too.
So I don't know. I'm not as excited.
I don't know. When I driving home from the airport on Sunday, I passed a Krispy Kreme, and you know how you haven't slept and you're like, I'll do what I want. And I almost
reasoning takes over.
Yeah. And I almost went to Krispy Kreme, and then I was like, bro, you can't just go to the donut shop. Just keep driving.
You're not on vacation anymore.
Vacation's over.
Welcome back to the real world.
Get back to work. No donuts.
We don't get anything.
So I don't have a launch date for this so much. Well, okay. If you're in Concord, North Carolina on Tuesday, July 23rd, you'll be able to see
one of the new experiences.
And then they'll start rolling out after that, probably not near you.
It's a trickle effect.
The Riot has now been downloaded. I hope you installed some antivirus. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
Want to say what's up to Chuck? He was asking us, hey, you guys going to talk about that Top Gun 2 trailer or what?
Well, last week, Obi was on vacation. There was quite a lot of trailers that came out.
So much. We're going to talk about them, but we're going to leave some out. I don't have any doubt about it.
Just because we can't remember them all?
So, to be clear, Top Gun Maverick is a sequel to the movie Top Gun, which was like an 80s movie with
Tom Cruise.
And when they announced that, I was like, who the heck cares? That trailer was fantastic.
You liked it?
To me, it's less about the character and all about the aerial photography.
I love the shot with him and then like the planes to the left and the right of him.
Amazing.
It was really cool.
It was just enough. That right there was enough to make me go, I really want to see this movie. I just want to know what is it going to look like, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't know. Like the trailer definitely sold me. Also saw a trailer for The Witcher on Netflix. That was like, all right.
So that's the Henry Cavill guy?
Yeah, the guy that played Superman. But now he's...
No, it's the arm guy.
The Witcher. Oh, and he grows his beard for Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible, it's the guy, who does the arm pumping.
That's definitely him. Let's see. What else did I see a trailer for?
It 2. The other one.
I didn't see It 1. So, I mean, I saw the...
It was just another trailer for it.
I saw the one It 2 trailer like a million times with a naked old woman. There's like in the background. She's all walking all funny.
Oh, that's the one with the flies and everything, right?
Yeah, that one, by the time I was done, I was just like, okay, I've seen enough. I've seen this enough times.
Let's see, what else was there? Did you watch the Cats one?
Okay, I haven't watched that yet.
So bad.
Everyone's reaction was like, this is the worst.
It's weird.
Do you want to talk about, like, if there was one trailer that I hate myself for this, but I was just like a big fat fish that was like, look at that worm. I want the worm. And then I
Which
swallowed
one?
the worm and it hooked me out. The 2.5-minute trailer for Star Trek Picard.
Oh, everybody was asking last week if you had seen it, but you weren't here, and I didn't want to lie and be like, yes, I did, and it's not you.
I saw that trailer. I loved it so much.
Yeah, but that's a CBS All Access thing.
I'm in.
No.
I'm in. They got me. I don't care. I don't care.
You have to watch that?
Let me tell you what. I am going to swallow my pride and sign up for that stupid service, and I'm going to watch Picard.
And you're going to call it a stupid service the entire
the whole time. I'm going to sign up and somewhere find a note and be like, I hate you, but whatever.
But it looked good.
Dude. Then, of course, if I could find a way to use Netflix internationally, but Netflix, I forgot, Netflix is not carrying that. That's an Amazon show everywhere but in the United States and Canada.
Oh, you could do that.
I could probably figure it out.
I mean, we'll sign
I
up for
am
that.
Paying for
that
Amazon
other
after all.
access thing. So,
Yeah. So that was, of all the things I saw,
you like the most?
oh, just hands down the thing that I was like, I'm in right there.
So Picard, yes. Top Gun, the other one, yes.
That was one that I was like, no way, not interested. Jerome wants to know if I watched the season 4 trailer for The Expanse. I didn't. I haven't finished season 3 yet. And of course, I've read the book, so I can't really be spoiled. But no, I haven't watched it yet.
But there really was a lot of trailers last week.
Well, it was San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh, that's why.
And we haven't even, I left some out. There's so, we
haven't
can
even
talk for days.
scratched the surface.
They completely unveiled Marvel Phase 4 with 1 million new Marvel movies and 40 TV shows. It's just like, holy crap. And then Natalie Portman's going to be Thor now.
Yeah.
It's like she wasn't good enough to show up for the other movies, but okay, if I can be the star, I'll come. Yeah.
I don't think that's exactly how they want to push that, but sure, if that's what you're taking.
Hey, listen, if they do the female Thor story from the comics, probably one of the best Thor stories of all time. But I still think if you can't show up for the other movies,
then you
shouldn't get this one.
You don't get to do this thing.
The Riot is to your ears what all those energy drinks are to your liver.
For the love of God, please stop! I can only process so much.
The Riot, Radio U.
I was on vacation last week, and I camped at a national forest, national park.
Yeah.
Basically, Diamond Lake Park. It's a national park. The United States, blah, 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 Forestry Service, whatever, runs it. Do you know that inside, it's not like this everywhere, but there, I could have brought a chainsaw and all the wood, the trees that were down, I could have cut them up and split them and used them for firewood.
You could have?
I was blown away by that. If I had known that, holy chainsaw.
I guess I thought if we were we weren't supposed to touch the trees.
This is not at every campsite. It's not everywhere. But where I was, if I had brought a chainsaw.
Could have done the work?
I could have. So I went around and found a bunch of people who took their wood from where they had left and then split it myself and I had a fire for days. The reach to heaven. It was huge.
All the while the trees are there someone new's coming in.
Well, what?
Don't chop us down, sir.
What you know about forest conservation and what actually is forest conservation is very different.
It's like when I went to the turtle farm and then you could eat the turtles at the end. It is a weird thing.
It's the circle of life, Nikki.
And it's not pretty a lot of times.
It's not. It's not. So while I was there, I found their murder room. Now, I have heard people say to me, there's nothing wrong with this room or this thing. You're the one that has to make it all weird. So you have a problem.
Yeah.
It's not the thing. But I'm telling you right now, the men's room at Diamond Lake Park, just north of the K5 campsite, is a murder room. And here's how I know it. First off, they don't turn the lights on until it's black as midnight out there. So you got to go in. They got skylights.
Yeah.
You have to go to the bathroom pretty much in the dark all day.
Well,
and then eventually the light comes on.
They don't want to attract bugs and stuff to come towards the light.
I get it. Fine, whatever. So I get in there and it is, 11 o'clock, whatever. And it's, it's mostly empty. So you're just like, hello?
In the bathroom.
Is there anybody in here? I can't see.
Would it be more awkward if there was other people in the bathroom at the park at 11-something at night?
I can't see. Hello? So I hadn't taken my flashlight that time because, of course, the light's going to come on. And then you just hear that flickering light. the light never comes on. It just continues to flash like I'm at some kind of a rave. But
something was wrong.
It never turns on. And I'm like, is there anybody in here?
Why'd you go in?
I swear to you, I just did, come on in. Stop by. And I just knew that if I did go in, and I was like, well, you know what? I'm going to die, but I have to go to the bathroom so bad. It's die out here of an exploding bladder or go inside.
Well, I'm sure it was fine. It just makes you nervous.
And so, I mean, I talked to somebody else and they were like, yeah, the light just doesn't work. And I was like, no, it's a murder room.
So you take it to the extreme?
Something's wrong with me. Like, it just is. I was like, that's a murder room. There's like somebody hanging out in there just waiting for a chance to get you.
And what you don't realize, there's a park employee who's just begging the park to be like, can you just approve to fix the light?
A new light.
It makes people worried.
It makes them nervous.
Yeah, they're nervous.
Some guy called it a murder room. Can you believe that? Our bathrooms, which we put so much effort into cleaning and maintaining.
You don't even need to have a problem with a light to know that there's an issue with a park restroom.
You'd be surprised.
Did it flush or was it a hole?
Oh, yeah.
It flushed?
Yeah, it was nice. And, I went down and went to the shower facility, which was incredibly well lit. Thank you. And
that's the part where you want the lights down a little. Like, you could deal with some dimming of lights.
I don't know. If I go into a room that's lit like a rave and I'm supposed to be taking my clothes off and stuff, I'm not feeling good about that either.
There's this old British show, Space, that we like that has the rave scene. Mm-hmm. You should have totally played that music while you were in the bathroom. Scared everybody off.
Turned out there was nobody else in there.
Just your mind.
But I'm convinced that was a bad place.
Well, maybe one day you'll see it in the news. No, that'd be bad. Not that someone died.
No, you'll see it in the news that they replaced the light.
That they replaced the light, exactly. It's finally been fixed.
It'll be national news and find your way here.
It's been fixed.
It was bad enough the first time around, but now it's worse. Don't believe us? Just keep listening. You'll find out soon enough. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
So, Nikki, I guess they're making another Simpsons movie?
So the talk is...
Why would they do that?
Well, they're really excited about the vote of confidence. They're just saying that they're still in the works. One day, probably another Simpsons movie.
Okay. Because I guess at a Comic-Con panel over the weekend, Matt Groening...
Yeah.
He is the creator of The Simpsons, and he was like, yeah, it looks like Disney's probably going to make a Simpsons movie.
I used to watch The Simpsons, but it's been a long time, so I'm out of the loop. I feel like I know it's still on, and I'm sure it's still on for many more years, but I'm just not sure like how long it's supposed to. And I never watched his other show. Do you remember the Netflix animated show?
I do, and I didn't watch that either.
I couldn't get into it, so it's fine.
It's hard. You know what? It's hard to keep track of all.
It is. I mean, he hasn't, he likes a certain animation style as well. So when you're looking
you absolutely know it's his.
Yeah, when you're looking at the characters, you're just like, what am I watching? But it's not Simpsons, but it's something else, and it just was too hard.
But the sense of humor and the art is exactly the same?
Yeah, it was too hard to just switch over and just have new characters suddenly be pretty similar.
Disenchanted?
Yes,
that was what it was called?
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess that was really what I wanted to ask was like, hey, do you care?
Not so much, but it was more interesting because he was covering how the first Simpsons movie was a bit of a debacle.
I don't know too many people that liked it.
And he was saying how that kind of harmed the franchise. That hurt The Simpsons more, but they'd be willing to try another movie.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's tricky when you make a movie. Because especially if you're making a movie and then you have to go back to TV, because you have to tell a story that you feel like is big enough for a movie, but your movie can't wreck what you're doing on TV. So you've got to figure that out. I would like to give you Exhibit A, The X-Files, another Fox property that had a movie that was... The first movie was okay.
Yeah.
Movies 2 and 3, some of the worst movies
ever.
Wait, was there a third one? Was it? Maybe it was just 2. Was there 3?
They're that good.
I don't
look
remember.
at me like I would know. I do
Maybe
not know.
Maybe it was just 2.
I don't know.
I don't know, whatever.
But for The Simpsons, I appreciated it was an easy watch. And so then when you go and switch the formula to make it a movie, it doesn't always work.
It's not an easy watch anymore.
No, it's not an easy watch anymore. I like when it's short and sweet.
Well, and some things work better that way.
Yeah.
There are some things that play way better in 22 minutes than play over 92 minutes. So
they got to figure that out. But if you are still a Simpsons fan from Comic-Con last week,
somebody's still watching it.
Of course.
It wouldn't be on if no one was watching it because Fox is like, we'll cancel anything.
No, but I feel that block of time that they have, they're willing to, because it has seniority or something, they'll let it ride.
Yeah, that's probably something too. They're like, whatever, just leave it on.
It's more work to find something else to fill the spot than to let it just keep going. That might be is that why we're still here?
I was going to say, there may be a certain morning team that it's not that good, but it's so hard to replace.
Yeah.
Why? Just let it go another year.
Hey, we're fine with that. Ryan texted in and said, welcome back, Obi. Obi is back from vacation last week.
I am. You know what? Just give it another year. We'll find, but surely we'll have something new by then.
We'll find something or someone somehow in the future, we promise.
Uncomfortable silences during that morning carpool? Not a problem. These two never shut up. It's the Riot on Radio U.
So while I was on vacation, I discovered some big fans. Now, we've talked about how Obadiah, his physical attractiveness is that he's not an ugly person, but he's not on the cover of magazines.
Yes.
He doesn't go places and have this problem of women just can't stop staring at him. He doesn't have that problem. It's not an issue. He is just average.
Sometimes if you're talking loud, they're like, what's going on over there?
That's different. He is an average man.
What's the ruckus?
But I want you to know that I have found my niche.
Yeah.
I have found where I am the most attractive, and that is to mosquitoes. To mosquitoes, I represent an unbelievable catch. A real meal, Nikki. That guy right there.
Oh, they love you? Are you?
Yeah.
Is it so sweet and sugary?
Juicy.
Is it because you like ketchup and barbecue sauce, and there's always some somewhere on you?
Man, he just tastes good. I want to wrap my proboscis around that and just suck. And so that's where I found myself.
Yeah.
I took a 15-mile hike. Just shy of 15 miles. And it was amazing. Diamond Lake, Oregon. I had to do some backtracking, which is why it ended up being a little longer. But I go on this hike. Half the hike is around the lake, and there's this strong breeze coming in on the lake. And
bet it was so nice.
Oh.
And there's the allergies kicking in. It was nice.
That wasn't staged. That was real.
That's a gift.
That was my allergies coming back to remind me of the trip.
That's it.
So half of it is that, and I'm like, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
Then what I don't know is after I'm like 5, 6, 7 miles into this hike, it all of a sudden just takes off from the lake and goes into the woods. And I encountered, and I'm not kidding you, I've never encountered mosquitoes like this in my life.
Well, you had the breeze to kind of move them away.
I mean, I was with a couple of other people, and at one point, I saw a swarm of mosquitoes that I'm telling you, there had to be 40 or 50 mosquitoes, like chasing them as we're going through the woods. We were so overwhelmed with mosquitoes that we started running.
Really?
Yes.
Well, what do you do, though? Nothing you can?
There's nothing you can do.
So not even a repellent?
I had repellent.
They had already passed that.
They were just
they were super mosquitoes.
They were just like, this is delicious.
Oh, we like the repellent. We've learned to live on it.
Let me tell you something. Sometimes, somebody's so repelling they're just attractive.
At that part, you're jumping, but you go back to the lake, you jump in the water.
Couldn't. Think about this. You've got at least 2 or 3 miles behind you that you've got to go to get back to the lake, or 2 or 3 miles in front of you. And so it was one of those, the only way out is through.
So you got to go.
And we did. I was almost embarrassed by how angry I got at the mosquitoes, because I've never experienced anything like it. For there to be...
And they didn't listen to you. So then you just get so frustrated.
So many. And literally the only way to really keep them off of you was to run. I mean, at one point it was literally like...
Yeah.
I mean, you're literally waving I took my hat off and I'm just trying to wave these mosquitoes away. I'm just like, please, please. I'll do anything. Just please.
Just go away.
The worst. I've never experienced anything. And I want you to know, like, I am absolutely covered in mosquito bites. Oh, yeah, that was Thursday. It's Tuesday? No.
Well,
I'm still finding new ones.
The bites, now that you're home, the bites are welcome. Like, they're happy to be here. It's a better climate for them to thrive in.
Man, I'm telling you, dude. Like, when people talk about mosquitoes like they're no big deal, you don't even know. It can be so much worse than you think.
You just tell them where they wish they should try to go to next, and then tell them that.
Using advanced technology, we've digitized and transcoded Obadiah and Nikki into a purely digital format. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
We had Nikki crying again just from the sounds.
No, I was listening to the Mr. Rogers trailer as Obi finally watched it from yesterday.
You know what? It looks great.
It does, doesn't it?
It does look great.
Oh, it's so sweet.
It looks great.
So Stacy, she texted in. She also felt the same way. She had no ties. Like I was mentioning, I never watched Mr. Rogers. I'm sure I did, like probably when I was very young, but I just don't recall it or whatever.
I remember.
I feel like probably every parent put us in front of probably one of those shows at one point in time.
I'm going to tell you something that you're not going to like, but I'm sure at some point I was probably young enough to enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I remember hating Mr. Rogers.
Did you?
Yeah.
Aww.
Because it was too saccharine sweet. I'm like 4 years old. And I'm like,
you were already that jaded?
I'm already like, this is too much.
But yeah, Stacey texted, she felt the same way. She was, it just brought all the feelings to everybody yesterday.
But that being said, boy, I'll tell you what, it looks really good. And a lot of us have kind of grown up knowing who he is and have read about him. And the things you read about him, you're like, this guy can't even be real. Like, there's no way anyone actually was like this. It's crazy. And the line in the trailer that gets you, at least for me, was when he says, you really love broken people. Yeah, and you're just like,
oh, that's something. So, Melinda.
We could all learn a thing or two just from that line.
Melinda also texted and cried at the trailer, too, yesterday.
So did Stacy. Stacy says, I have no childhood tie to Mr. Rogers, and I found myself in the same place yesterday.
Jen just texted and said, I hated Mr. Rogers, too. It was boring.
Oh, you know what, Jen? Isn't it?
Not the trailer. Or do you mean the trailer, Jen, or do you mean like the show when you were a kid?
I think she means the show.
The show.
Yeah, because I'm sorry. You know what? He said there's room for broken people, and so broken people don't like Mr. Rogers, apparently.
So you cry. You cry later now.
I was like, man, Mr. Rogers, thank you for loving me anyway. Oh my gosh.
That's why the trailer hurts really bad.
Oh my gosh, he was such a good guy.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I think I might see it in November, but I'm not going to watch the trailer again. It's too much.
You can't take it.
I can't take it anymore.
You can't take the trailer, Nikki. It's Tuesday, and you're like, man, I can't.
I don't want to have those feelings the whole week. I just don't want to have that.
Sometimes you just got to reach out and get help.
I have to go back.
Gosh.
I need to go back to the Top Gun trailer. I need to watch that a few more times.
Can we get to the part where they kill the guys again?
Need something else.
Because that's something I understand.
Someone else send me another trailer to distract me. So find me something just really out there.
John Wick 14.
Yeah, give me something like that.
The Riot is well-versed on many different topics.
They're shy at first, but they're quite skilled at conversation.
This is The Riot on RadioU.
Get ready to get disappointed because I went on a digital hoarding spree before I left for Oregon. And I told everybody, I was like, I got to be entertained the whole time.
Well, you wanted movies, books, and games.
Yep.
And you wanted to download and get ready because when you were in Oregon, you might not have the best connection.
Okay, so let's start strong. Books. I finished 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Nice.
I am about halfway through Switch on Your Brain, which is a book that I had several people recommend to me and I was really excited about until I got to the camp store and found it on the, something to read while you're here stack. And I was like, oh, man. Did I just get suckered into coffee table reading?
Seemed like you did. That's a shame.
So that's a thing. And then I started a book by Henry Nouwen called Spiritual Direction. I didn't read very much of that. When it came to movies, on my trip, I took Shazam with me.
Did you watch it?
Nope.
Do you need your buzzer or your bell? I want to hear if you actually followed through on something. So no Shazam.
No, I didn't watch it. What else? I rented one other movie for my tablet to take with me.
You did. I remember you saying it. You were excited about watching it.
I don't remember what it was.
That means you didn't watch it.
Something. Downloaded a bunch of Stranger Things to take with me.
Did you watch the rest of this? Did you watch the season?
No. Wait, what's the wrong one? Where's the bomb?
Are you telling me you
finished Stranger Things? I haven't.
Why'd you come in today?
Why did I?
You're not done with your vacation.
Here's where it gets super weird. Do you know what I did watch? I watched one movie while I was gone. I watched The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Why?
From 2004. I had been reading 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and Captain Nemo is featured in that film. And I was like, I want to see what that's like.
Weird.
So I went, it is weird. It's weird that I watched that whole movie.
Instead of watching something that's more
brand new,
current that you need to watch.
15 years old.
Okay.
But you know what? That feels like me. Like, I'm not going to be a sucker for the mainstream and watch Shazam. Come on.
Instead, how about this 15-year-old movie?
I've got this movie that tanked at the box office 15 years ago that I need to see because of a book that was written almost 200 years ago.
Anything else? Any games?
Okay, now as far
as...
You
play Dr. Mario?
No.
Okay.
I played OK Golf. Dude, if you like golf at all...
But not like real golf?
No, not real golf. It's all fake golf. If you like fake golf like I do, I've got it on my phone and my tablet now. That's great. It's great.
Okay Golf?
That is it's called OK Golf, and I think it's like $1 or something.
Is it also 15 years old?
There's no ads. There's nothing. It's just like, boom, here it is.
Just golf.
How much is it? Maybe I paid $3 for it.
From 2017.
Okay. I also bought The Banner Saga. I picked that up for $5. I played that for a while.
Okay, you did play it?
Yes,
then
I did.
You get a ding.
But I'll tell you what I really got sucked into was the other thing that I bought, and that's a game called Game Dev Tycoon. It's a management sim. I was running my own video game development company.
Were you being a manager?
Mr. Manager.
You were working while you were on vacation?
Totally. Nikki, we had the game that I found that was the most successful for us, we developed a fashion casual game, and man, we would just rake in the money. I tried to make like an action RPG. No
Didn't
money.
Work.
Nobody wanted it, whatever. But my fashion casual games, 9s and 10s, so much money. So Obadiah Soft, as we were called, really started cleaning up. Yeah. So. Yeah.
Well, at least you played some of the stuff you were talking about.
Hey,
it's not a complete failure.
It was not. It was not. You know what I forget? I always forget. When I get on the plane, the pressure really bothers me. And I don't mean the pressure to watch all those movies. I mean the pressurized cabin.
Yeah.
It really, really bothers me. And so when I get in there, all of a sudden, I don't want to watch something and I don't want to play something. I just want to close my eyes.
Oh.
Yeah. I have a lot of fun at parties, too.
Well, you're fun in planes. You're fun camping. You're fun on vacation. While running from mosquitoes. While in the convenience stores. Yeah, it's a great time.
I did go to a 7-Eleven and get a double gulp. Mm-hmm. That was pretty great.
Just a great overall person.
Who wouldn't want to hang out with me?
Well, I mean, vacations seem a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You're playing Game Tycoon? I had no idea.
Game Dev Tycoon, Nikki. Get it right.
Okay, right. And the golf one, the OK Golf.
OK Golf. Hey, you know what?
Watching 15-year-old movies.
Whatever. You know what? I don't need people to tell me what to do. I do what I want.
If you're looking for all the funny moments you missed during the riot, we apologize. You won't find them here. There weren't any. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
I think I've heard it all. And then Nikki lays one more jewel on me.
Listen, you've been on vacation and I'm just catching you up the things that have been happening in my life.
Tell them, Nikki. You have to tell them what's happening.
The day that I have two new puppies. They're two little, they're sisters. They're little golden Pyrenees. The day that I brought home my two puppies, I feel like
wasn't that nice?
I feel like my neighbor needed to one-up me or something. And I am in the suburbs. Like I'm in a neighborhood. We have rules. There's just HOA things.
Rules?
There's rules that you follow. And the same day, he goes and he has like this clear aquarium thing that I see him because I'm out in the back with the puppies and he's bringing around a bunch of stuff. And I'm like, wow, what's in that tank sort of thing? And then you notice it's like chickens and pheasants, sort of birds. Like, I can't tell what type they are, but it's birds, but it's like chickens. He made a chicken coop in the back of his yard. He has chickens. You can't have chickens where we're at. Like,
Are you sure?
Can't.
Have you checked?
Well, the HOA says you can't have, like, the obnoxious things.
Okay.
And you can't have, like, the housing structure for them.
Okay, but what if they just live in the shed?
No, you can't have a shed, which he put a shed in front of it so you can't see the
So
chickens.
no one would know? So, so that tells you he knew.
Well, yeah.
You're not supposed to have chickens in here, bro.
I want to let you know something about me in case you didn't know this. I don't like to confront people.
Okay.
I don't like when people don't like me, so I don't like being the bad person.
Okay, sure.
But I don't know what to do about this because I'd have to be the bad person and tell on him.
Nikki, what if we told you that
Or I just live with the chickens.
If you do that, the chickens will have to die.
Well, yeah. But what if he goes, what if he just starts bringing in more stuff?
Now, you wouldn't want somebody to come and kill your puppies, would you?
Puppies are allowed.
Okay, but you go kill this guy's chickens, but that's okay.
I'm not killing the
He's
chickens.
He's attached to those chickens.
No.
He loves those chickens.
And then he brought more the other day. He brought more around.
Okay, you got 2 dogs for a total of 3.
I think he has 3 or 4 chickens.
Okay. Well.
And so I told Obi, they've been pretty quiet. So, like, I don't feel like telling on them if they don't make a lot of noise. There's no rooster as of yet.
Okay.
But when I walked in the back the other day, you just hear, like, they're just making all these little chicken noises. Like, I go, they're talking. They're talking now.
I think you might be birdist.
No, I'm not.
I think you're anti-bird.
I think it'd be great if you had a chicken thing, but don't you have to be a little bit outside of the suburb limits?
You know, the other thing, Nikki, is that I hear that along with, there's a little something that rhymes with chicken coop.
Poop.
That, as I understand it, is very strong.
Well, you're not supposed to, have them in this area. So I don't know what to do.
Derek says, report him and shut him down.
See, Derek, I would, but I don't want to be the bad person. But if someone reported him, it would obviously be me.
How do you know? How could it only be you?
Because of how
you're the only person that can see it?
The houses are positioned. It would only be us.
Well, you know what, Nikki? It's time for you to set up an email address that your name is not attached to, like chickenhater6@yahoo or something, and you email him just like blah, 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 not Nikki. That's how you sign it. Not Nikki.
Not me. Well, I feel like I almost want him
sign
to get...
it, find out somebody else's name in the neighborhood and put their name on it.
I'd have to, because his neighbor on the other side, they can't see it because of the back of the house that kicks out on their side. So they probably don't even know there's chickens back there. What? I need a rooster or something to make more noise, not just a little chicken noise.
Well, do you know who the Homeowners Association president is?
I do.
Should invite him over for a barbecue.
No.
Have him in the backyard. And
he
be like,
has...
wait, are those chickens?
Like, technically, we went through the like rules and stuff, and technically, I think he's violated maybe like 10. So there's a long list of things, and he just never had neighbors to call him on it. And that would be me. And I don't like confrontation. And I like chickens, but just not next door.
That's why you just contact the president.
They'll know it's me.
They won't. Yeah, but do you ever talk to him? Have you ever talked to them before?
Eric has.
Okay, well, then it's Eric's problem. It's not yours.
I would just feel it. That negative energy. I just hate that. I hate that stuff. Does anybody want to...
David says, get Eric to report it.
I know, it's going to have to be. I don't know. I just can't do chickens.
Christy says, tell him you're going to report him unless you get free eggs for life. Yeah, come on.
But I don't think that's why he has them there.
Jen says he knows you won't report him. That's why he put it on your side.
Pretty much.
I think you need to call.
I need to
report him,
because
Nikki.
if you don't,
this blatant lawbreaker.
Listen, if you don't cut the problem off early, he's going to have a pig next or something, or like all these little farm animals. I know it's what's going to happen. I know it. Unless he gets a pony, I'm not into that. So we got to figure it out.
You're going to have to do it.
You want
Nikki.
to come over and make a call for me?
Sure.
Do you want to call the people?
Like, hi, my name's Eric. I'm married to Nicole.
No, you just say.
And she hates chickens. The man over here has chickens now.
He has chickens. He's not supposed to have them. I don't know what to do.
You know what to do.
I know what to do, but I don't want to do it.
Enforce the law, Nikki.
I I gave during the last fundraiser, and all I got was this crappy morning show. This is The Riot on listener-supported Radio U.
Let me tell you something. A lot of you bloodthirsty people out there, everybody seems to, we've been talking about Nikki's chicken problem, and I don't mean she can't decide where to buy chicken for lunch. Her next door neighbor has chickens now. Is it next door, back door?
No,
whatever?
next door, and you're not allowed to. Like, I'm not in an area where chickens are usually approved.
Okay, well, you know what? Like, Angela is just like, if the dog gets to him, it'll be his fault.
Listen, I don't want my dog going and eating or taking out a chicken because then I can't look at my dog the same.
Melinda
I don't
says
want that happening.
Maybe Rollo, and she knows the name of your dog.
I said
Maybe
Rollo
Rollo accidentally gets into his backyard. No more chickens.
No more problems. No, if you're a pet owner, especially if you have a cat, and they've ever brought you a dead animal, something changes between your relationship. Like, you know what they were trying to do was love you and bring you something, but I don't like it. Can't do that.
Stephanie says, I'll report him. I'll say I was walking my dog and heard chicken noises.
Just in the back. I just don't like to be that person. I don't want to have to be that one.
You know what, Nikki? Then
I have to live with it, but I don't want to.
Just let Rollo take care of it. Take care of it.
Take care of the issue?
Yeah, take care of it.
Then my dog is suddenly the enforcer in the neighborhood. Any problems, they come to him.
No, you get a note that's left like on a certain place on your property, and you go out and check it, and then if you raise the flag, then people know that you received the message and it will be taken care of.
And Rollo will take care of it, and then they leave the payment.
Payment will be deposited in an unmarked
might be an option.
box.
But my dog's too sweet. I don't know if I'm sure he would take out a chicken if the opportunity would arise.
I'm sure your sweet, sweet dog would.
He'd go into the fridge.
He'd change just a little bit.
I baby my dog. He'd go into the fridge. He'd get some sauce. Then he'd go out and do it because he knows.
Anthony says, are you sure the chickens are not allowed?
Yeah,
that's my question. Here's what's going to be.
I went through the HOA thing. You're not allowed to have, what do they call, obnoxious, like things that make noise.
Do they list? Because there's okay, I'll just tell you this. As someone that runs and walks through their neighborhood, people have dogs, and some people have dogs that I would absolutely call obnoxious animals.
No, this is a different category. And it's mostly you can't have the structure to house the items. I think that's how they get you the most.
Listen to how de-chickenizing you just were. The items.
I don't know what they are. Their chickens are like pheasants. Like it's something
now
weird.
We got pheasants?
I don't know what they are. I don't know what they are. And I'm not walking over to go see them. I don't want him to see me walking over.
So does he have one of those things in the back where you can pet the chickens and ride the llama?
It's coming next.
It's getting weird, guys.
So, yeah, it's something. But thanks for all the text messages.
Yeah, thanks, everybody. And listen, if you're somebody who might, if a deposit was made, maybe you're somebody that makes problems disappear.
Could I hire you for one night?
No, nobody's using words like that.
Say anything.
Nobody's hiring anything. Nothing. If I would happen to leave this money somewhere and all of a sudden these chickens would happen to disappear, and I mean, correlation doesn't equal causality. I didn't make it happen.
Honestly, like the chicken house doesn't seem to be built the best to where I actually expect one bad storm to come through and it might take care of the problem. But then the chickens are out and I don't know what to catch them with. So
if a Mr. Storm is listening, 8772.
I need a warning or a weather advisory.
Hurricane Ron.
This was the worst of the riots, and we'd like to congratulate you on having the stomach to stick around to the very end. The Riot exists because Radio U exists, and Radio U only exists because of your support. Find out more and give now at RadioU.com/donate.
Man, Mr. Rogers, thank you for loving me anyway. Oh my gosh.